Hi everyone. Okay, so today we are doing a love reading about their current feelings for you. Now, this is a specific person you have in your mind. You could be in a relationship with them, in a no contact situation, in a limited contact situation, or you simply like them and you want to know what they feel for you. This is a general reading, which means it may or may not apply to everyone, so please take it only if it resonates with your story. Now, another thing is that energies are always flexible. So, whatever story will come out today, these can be your energies or your partner's energies. So, please check accordingly. And this goes for cross watchers also who are here to see for their Cancer partners. This reading can be applied to your sun, moon, or rising sign. Now, let me quickly explain you the whole pattern of this reading. We will take cards out for your recent past, present, and upcoming future, and then the overall guidance for you from universe, right? Okay, so let's start with the love reading for the sign of Cancer for the month of April. And first we'll take out 3 cards here for the recent past and we'll see what energies are guiding us here. Let's see. Alright, so we have King of Wands over here. We have the Fool over here. And we have the Knight of Swords over here. Okay, alright. We have the King of Wands over here, okay? King of Wands is your partner's energy, okay? You're dealing with someone, you know, who has gone through some kind of transformation in the recent past over here, because I sense a lot of maturity in this person, a lot of like grounded energy, okay? Humble energy, and someone, you know, who has gone through a lot of struggles to kind of earn this kind of energy, okay, in their life. Because what I'm sensing that they were not always like this, okay? In the past, probably this person was immature. This person has done a lot of mistakes and maybe they have turned you also off a lot of times, Cancer. That's what I'm getting over here, you know. They took some very rash decisions, or you found them to be very, you know, like you found them to be very uninvolved in this relationship, in this marriage, okay? Like you always felt, Cancer, that you have been taking the maximum responsibilities, okay? You have been doing the maximum thing in this connection, in this marriage, right? But in the recent past, this person has gone through a transformation and suddenly, like, you know, they have evolved, right? And now they are coming across as somebody, you know, who is ready to take more responsibilities, who is more empathetic, more emotionally intelligent, you know. They are ready to take a stand for you or for this connection, okay? They will not kind of just give up like that, because earlier what I'm sensing that they were kind of a weak person, you know. Weak in the sense, you know, that they knew what is happening and they never tried to correct the right thing. Okay, they never tried, let's say, for example, if their friends or family, okay, is not treating you right, Cancer, they knew that you're not being treated right, okay, but they didn't do much about it. They probably just came to you and tried to convince you that, you know, you should ignore, you should not do, you should not react much, okay, that kind of energy. But now this person is not kind of suppressing you, and neither they're suppressing themselves, okay? They're kind of ready to take a stand and they're ready to, you know, say the things as they are, okay? They're ready to kind of voice out, okay, that what is wrong, and they are ready to confront the people even if they are very close to them, okay? So there is definitely a lot of like evolution that has happened with this person. And like I told you, you know, that this evolution has happened because certain kind of, you know, cycles this person had to go through. Now these cycles could be involving this relationship. Maybe you guys had a fight, or the things came to a point where the breakup was inevitable or the divorce was inevitable, and they had this shake up, you know, that they'll eventually end up losing you. Or I'm getting a very specific energy for someone, guys, okay? It is very specific, that because of their behavior, Cancer, you were forced to look out of this relationship or this marriage. Maybe, you did not have the intention to cheat on them, but it's almost like someone started giving you that emotional support and attention, and you started seeking out, and they realized it, that you're drifting away, and you kind of, seeking importance and attention from the other people, and this kind of made them very scared, that they realize that if they'll not do anything, they'll lose you, right? But they've gone through certain cycles, and these cycles can also be about their own personal life, about financial struggles or family struggles or health struggles, career struggles, which have like forced them to kind of face their fears and face the challenges. And of course, every time you face a certain challenge, you go into a storm, you come out as a different person, right? So this person has definitely matured up over here in the recent past. Okay, we have the energy of the Fool over here. Now this is the energy of your relationship. So because of course this person is kind of now leveling up, so this is now bringing a new beginning in this connection. So for the people, where there was a breakup going on, or no contact situation, or things were really really bad between both of you, or even if they were not really bad, but they were kind of just neutral, like nothing was happening, they were stagnant basically, like you guys were just there for the sake of it, like routine thing, no charm, no spark left. So that all of that is like turning around, and there's a new beginning which is coming into this relationship, because this person is now wanting to put efforts. Okay, they want to bring that charm, they want to bring that spark, they want to prove you that they have changed and they can do things differently. Okay, that is the kind of energy I'm getting over here. We have the Knight of Swords over here. Knight of Swords is your energy, Cancer. Cancer, you are trying to deal with this change with multiple kind of reactions or responses, you can say. On one hand, you're being extremely defensive about your own heart and feelings, because you want to be sure that this change, whatever they're trying to portray, is permanent, or it is not some kind of pretension, it is not some kind of mind game or manipulation. So you are being extremely defensive about your feelings, like you're not right away letting them kind of come towards you or do whatever they want to do. You're giving them space, but like one step at a time. You're observing them very very minutely. You're trying to think from your mind and not from your heart. Okay, although Cancer is like a water sign, very emotional sign, but right now you're trying to think from your mind and not from your heart, because you do not want to get betrayed. Okay, second thing is that that you, like I said, you are not kind of running away from this. Okay, you're not getting overwhelmed. You want to kind of see what changes exactly this person has gone through, because somewhere you guys have secretly always wished for it, that the responsibility of this connection should be shared by both the people and not just one person. Any kind of responsibility, Cancer, you've always wanted that this person should act like your partner. Okay, and not just a freeloader, whether that's a freeloader of money, whether that's a freeloader of attention, emotions. You always wanted that they should also prove that they are my partner and they are capable of taking care of me. So you're also kind of wanting to see that. Okay, but like I said, that you are in a very no tolerance zone, like zero nonsense zone. Like if they will do anything wrong, or if you'll sense that they are trying to take you for a ride, they're trying to take you for granted, or they're playing any manipulative game, you will cut them off there and then. You will cut this connection off there and then, and you will cut this marriage off there and then. You are so determined to do that now. Okay, like there's a lot of bold energy within you, like you're not ready to get played anymore, because you feel you've done a lot for this person. Or if this is a new connection, guys, then you're just being extremely careful about the intention of the other person, and you're not right away like believing whatever they're saying, especially if they're love bombing you right now, like doing a lot for you. So that's the way to go about it, Cancer. Extreme of everything is questionable, right? If someone is being extremely sweet to you, you have to kind of find the reasons of why they are doing that, right? And especially if it's a very sudden change. So I'm glad that you're trying to reason things out and you're trying to understand everything. Okay, but for most of you, I do feel that this is a genuine change and they're not trying to manipulate you. But yeah, this is general reading. For some of them, really, maybe they have some kind of agenda attached, some kind of interest attached, okay, to be with you. so that you know it very well, and that's why you're being extremely careful here, right? Okay guys, so now I will take out 3 cards here for the current energies, and we'll see, Cancer, how you are feeling currently, how your partner is feeling currently, and what is happening in this connection right now. Let's see here. We have the 9 of Swords over here. We have the 4 of Wands over here. And we have the High Priestess over here. Alright, okay. Right. We have the 9 of Swords over here. 9 of Swords is your partner's energy, guys. Okay, this person is getting extreme anxiety by seeing that, how you are dealing with this situation. Okay, see, of course, they can't blame you to be so defensive. Okay, they understand why you're being so defensive. They understand that maybe in the past, they kind of disappointed you, Cancer. So they know that why you're kind of doing this, and why you're not completely giving to them, why you're not completely trusting them, why you guys are not really being completely romantic as you guys used to probably at one point of time. Okay, they are being disappointed about it. They're sad about it. They are kind of even wondering if you'll ever believe them completely, because this is now bothering them a lot. Okay, they are kind of questioning themselves that, is it too late now? Is Cancer like just, is Cancer now very rigid about what they think about me, or they think about this relationship? Can I never change their opinion? Is this relationship always going to feel stuck? And then they're under the guilt also that, if they have done anything wrong, then they feel, let's say, like I said, for some of you, you are kind of entertaining somebody else, and not because you wanted to, but because, you felt so suffocated and that person gave you that space. So, yeah. So, although on one hand, they are kind of angry also that you're giving the attention to somebody else, but then they know that somewhere, they pushed you to this. So they have extreme anxiety currently, although they're wanting to come towards you, they're wanting to take action, but, they have very strong fears inside that what if, you'll never get convinced? What if you'll never understand? What if, things will never be better? What if this connection is done, So they are really like, undergoing extreme anxiety right now, panic attacks for some of them, not sleeping properly, getting nightmares, of you moving on with somebody else, you marrying somebody else, you just leaving them, ghosting them. This person is going through a lot, let me tell you, if they are not showing you, because with the King of Wands energy, it's a very confident energy, so you might not exactly understand, Cancer, that this person is deep down feeling this, but they're feeling this, let me tell you. Now, again, with King of Wands does not mean, guys, we're only talking about the males. See, these are just depiction of energies. Every soul has both, masculine and feminine energies, right? So it has nothing to do with the genders. When I say, king, it is very much applicable to women also, females also, right? Okay guys, so now I have just hold on please. Yeah, so now I have 4 of Wands over here. Now 4 of Wands is the energy of your relationship. Okay, see, there's a lot of stability that is coming into this connection. There's a lot of stability coming because we had the new beginning, because the energies of this relationship are very healthy. Okay, because like I said, for most of you, the change is genuine over here. Okay, and because the change is genuine, so they are creating a new beginning over here, and they are now, getting the balance into this relationship. Like I said, some of you always wished, that they should also share the responsibilities of this connection. Okay, so this is happening because if you see, we have 4 is like 2 here, 2 here, and some people also read this card as 1111. Okay, like the angel number. So but the balance is being shared. Okay, 2 here and 2 here. Finally that balance is being restored in this connection. They are ready to take the responsibility. And see, when someone is like really genuine with their intentions, it's only that time, they're scared of losing something, especially when they know that they have caused the maximum damage over here. They don't know how to undo that damage, to be honest, but they are trying to do their best. Okay, so because of that, the balance is coming into this connection, guys. Okay, and I'm sure most of you, even though you're not completely able to trust this person, but you do feel some kind of light positive energy around you. you know, you're not waking up with the same stress on your head, heaviness on your head, okay, that insecurity, that fear, that uncertainty, that burden, you know, you're feeling a little light about things, okay, because that energy is shifting in this relationship, right? We have the High Priestess over here. This is your energy. So see, no wonder why they are being so you know, stressed out about your reaction and your decisions in this relationship, because see, the energy you're exhibiting, you're coming out to be the High Priestess, you know, one of the most divine feminine energies over here, who's so confident in herself, who's so intuitive that she almost knows what's going to happen, and she trusts her gut so much, and she has this special connection with the universe. She doesn't need validation from anybody else. Okay, it's that kind of energy over here. And the High Priestess, you know, she never like really, you know, expresses whatever she's feeling very easily, okay, because like I said, she's so intuitive, she almost knows what's going to happen, and so you know, but you're not telling them, okay. It's that kind of energy. Like, it's almost like you're giving the energy to your partner that you've already taken your decision about this connection, but you're not going to tell them, okay. And this person, like, you know, if someone gives the exam and you have been so waiting for the results, and you know the results are right there, but okay, that person is not telling you, your teacher is not, or your professor is not telling you the results, but they have the results in their hand. Now, how restless you'll be, because your life is dependent on that result, but that person is not telling you only the result, and you can't do anything about it. So what happens is, you know, the overthinking starts. Maybe I have not cleared the exam, that's why they're not telling me. Maybe, no, it's not going to happen only, because it's a human tendency, you know, we can't think positive for very long, especially, you know, in such uncertain situations, okay. So that's the kind of energy you're giving to them, that, you know, you've taken the decision, but you're not telling them, okay. And they're like kind of wondering that, and they are being little pessimistic about the situation, that maybe you have taken your decision, you have come to the conclusion that you don't want to be with them, but maybe out of just courtesy, or you don't want to hurt them, you're not just telling them, okay. So that's the kind of energy, because you're coming out to be a very strong energy over here, Cancer. Very strong energy. And honestly, you have made yourself very strong. It's not something that you're pretending, because again, with the Knight of Swords, you know, Knight is a warrior, okay. Like, you really have fought your battles, whether it is in this relationship or otherwise in life, and you have won most of them. And today you're sitting as a person, you know, again, it doesn't have to do with the gender. You're sitting as a person, you know, who has earned a lot of wisdom, okay, who knows a lot about life now, okay, and who would not allow anyone to take themselves for granted, and who knows what they bring to the table, and they know that even if nothing will work out, and if people will leave them, they will somehow survive. So you have that kind of confidence within you. And this is kind of intimidating for your partner, okay, because they have, first of all, never seen you to be so strong, and second, Cancer, you know, they don't want to lose you now, because it's a strong realization that they can never replace you. Everyone has flaws, okay, they have flaws, you have flaws, but they know they can never replace you. So this is giving them extreme anxiety, guys. Your partner is really scared that you will not choose them, or you'll not become normal with them, you know. Alright, guys, so now I will take out 3 cards here for the immediate future. But before that, I want to say that please understand, guys, that, you know, energies are flexible, they're never rigid. So please don't chase the timelines, okay, that ma'am March readings, ma'am April readings. I very well understand that how the whole structure of YouTube has, you know, become with the tarot readings. Some readers, you know, they upload every month, every week, some are doing every day also. So you need to understand that all of this information really necessary, or people are doing it for the sake of likes or shares or whatever, you know, the reason is. Understand one thing, that the message that is meant for you will always reach out to you, whether I am the medium, somebody else is the medium, or something is the medium. It will always come to you. It can never, never, never miss you. So please don't chase the timeline. Don't try to, you know, do this. Focus on the message and know that whatever is for you will come to you. There is a reason why I'm sitting today and doing a specific reading, guys, for the specific sign, right? And that is why whatever will come here, for most of you, it will happen within April. But for others, you know, it can happen in August also, November also, next year also, right? So focus on the message, right? Alright guys, so 3 cards here for the immediate future, and we'll see how you would be feeling, Cancer, how your partner would be feeling, and where this relationship is heading towards. Let's see here. Okay, we have the Page of Pentacles here. We have the Five of Swords here. And we have the Devil over here. Alright, okay. Now, we have the Page of Pentacles over here, right? Okay, guys, so what I'm sensing over here is that Page of Pentacles is your energy, Cancer. Okay, like you're finally kind of responding to them, but like I said, you're not offering them the world, and you're not even showing them that I trust you completely, and you know what, I love you too, and let's just be together, and you know, no. Like I said, Page is a small energy. It's a very genuine energy, but it's with the Pentacle, but it's a very small energy. Like you're telling them that, okay, I'm here, I'm listening to you, and I want to trust you. Okay, but let's just go slow. Okay, I want to observe you. You have to earn my trust. I'm not going to give you my trust. Okay, again, guys, it doesn't matter for how long you guys have been together and what relationship you share. You are telling this person that you have to earn my trust, because things have happened in the past that even if I want, I can't completely just give you my trust. Okay, and so let's go slow. Okay, and let's do it like one step at a time. You are being extremely honest about it, genuine about it, practical about it. Okay, because if tomorrow things are not going fine, again, it's not just you who would be affected, it's them also, it's your relationship also. And if you guys are married and have kids, especially them, right? Or the other family members, and your work and everything gets affected. So you're being practical about it, okay? This is your partner's energy, the Five of Swords. This person is feeling betrayed. Okay, they are being now little too pessimistic and negative about the situation, because what they felt that, you know, I have been transformed, I have evolved, I'm ready to take the responsibilities. And so when I would tell this to Cancer, Cancer would like welcome me with the open arms, and they would tell me that I love you and let's just do it, and I'm so proud of you. You know, they thought that it's gonna be smooth. Okay, it's gonna be something that you'll be very proud of them, and it's gonna be something like happily ever after. Okay, they never thought that, you know, they have to kind of prove themselves to you. And see, of course, you know, it's a general reading, so it depends on person to person, you know, that how much damage do you carry, Cancer, and according to that, of course, you'll test this person, you know. You'll kind of be defensive, and some of you are really extremely defensive, you know. And see, it is not wrong. It is not wrong to protect your heart. If you have been hurt by this person a lot in the past, you know, of course you'll be defensive, right? But what is happening, they did not think it to be such a hard journey, okay, such a challenging journey. They thought that, you know, you'll kind of give the validation very soon, you'll kind of accept them very soon, you'll kind of, you know, really appreciate the changes in them very soon, you'll applaud them, you know. And now they're feeling betrayed. They feel that you're like kind of, you know, just escalating the situation, you know, you're kind of exaggerating it now. And when you also want to be in this connection and you say that you love them, then why aren't you just kind of, you know, dropping it and just kind of contributing to this connection, and you're not like kind of, you know, trusting them 100%. So they are now kind of feeling betrayed. They're now feeling that you're overdoing it, and some of them feel now you're like kind of doing it to take revenge, basically, you know, that because they treated you unfairly, they hurt you, so now you're trying to give it back. Although I don't feel that you're trying to give it back. Like I said, with Page of Pentacles, I see very genuine energy over here, but they are not really, you know, kind of satisfied with it, because they never thought that, you know, with the King energy over here, you will reciprocate with just the Page energy, right? So that is what is kind of disappointing them. And of course, you know, with the Nine of Swords, they've already been, you know, negative about it. They've already been kind of overjudging the situation, you know, overjudging themselves. And so now, you know, of course, they are coming on to a very negative conclusion that probably, you know, Cancer is trying to take revenge and they're overdoing everything, right? We have the Devil over here. This is the energy of this relationship. So what I'm sensing, you know, that right now, of course, If we see the relationship, then the relationship is kind of being restored. In fact, some kind of karma is also being kind of, balanced out over here. Justice is being served, because this person is now on the opposite side, where they have to feel, how it feels to be, how it feels to be ignored, how it feels to be neglected, and although, like I said, you're not doing it intentionally, but yeah, they have to face it. They have to feel it. They're feeling it, okay? But what is happening with the devil energy is here that, they are not taking it in a good faith. They're not taking it like, they're not trying to understand your point of view, that you have been hurt. And so, of course, you have the right to take the time, as much time as you want, to trust this person and to trust the situation and to give your heart once and for all again to this person. They're not kind of understanding that. They are sitting on a time bomb, and they are now feeling that why is Cancer even taking so much of time? What is wrong with them? I'm here with the good intentions. They're not understanding that you can't force someone to believe that you have good intentions. You can only make them feel that you have good intentions, and you do it by being kind, by being patient, and by kind of letting the person take their time. Okay, and I'm also sensing with the devil energy that there are certain people around them who are not guiding them nicely, who are kind of just, provoking them, and they are kind of, they're kind of like really supporting their negative thoughts. Okay, that yes, Cancer should not do that. They're now just playing ego games with you. They just want to put you down. Okay, that kind of energy over here. That's what I'm sensing, because there are definitely people around them who are not helping them. Because see, sometimes, it's human nature to be negative, but when we have the right people around us, they can always guide us on the right path. That no, you're overthinking. Of course, they have been hurt. They will take the time. A right advice from a close person really helps. Okay, to see what the truth is, but they don't have those kind of people around them, and so a lot of negative energies are now surrounding this relationship in the future. Although you're trying to do your best and you're trying to do whatever is there in your limit, okay, but this person is not appreciating, and the energies of this connection, although you guys are still together with the devil energy, because if you have seen devil in the other tarot cards, two people are still together, devil is holding them by the chain, so they're together but not in a healthy way. Okay, like they are together, but they feel that you're just trying to put them down, and so this whole relationship right now is feeling a little toxic. Okay, although you did not make it toxic, their overthinking is making it toxic. All you wanted was some time, but they're not really taking it in a healthy way, right? Okay, guys, so in the future you can expect some very weird behavior from them. And they can kind of just either stop taking efforts, stop talking to you, ghost you for a while, and you'll wonder what is wrong. All I needed was time, and they don't want to leave you. It's not walking away, guys. Nobody's walking away from you, Cancer. But what is happening over here is that they are doing this so that they can show you that they're not there to get themselves insulted, because they're feeling insulted. Although you're not insulting them, but they're feeling insulted. So they're doing that. I'll just say don't respond to this energy. Don't respond to this energy. You are in a healthy energy. You've gone through a lot. You have all the right to take your time. So don't let this person gaslight you. Don't. They're not going anywhere. Okay. Alright, guys. So now I will take out 3 cards here, and we'll see what universe wants to guide you in this situation. But before that, I want to say that, see, even now after every video, at least one of you tells me that, ma'am, whatever you said about my partner, they are my energies, and whatever you said about me, they're my partner's energies. So guys, please understand one thing. I always say at the beginning of every video that energies of 2 people in general readings are interchangeable. They can be vice versa. So this can very well be your partner, who's taking it very slow because they're really scared to get hurt. They have been really hurt in the past, by you, or if it's a new person, then by the other people. And no matter what, they don't want to jump into it right away. They don't. Okay. And this can very well be you, Cancer, who is kind of now feeling betrayed because you're taking it very personally. Okay. You feel that they are doing it to put you down, although they don't have any intentions. Okay. So whether this is you or whether this is your partner, understand one thing, that either way this reading is correct, guys. Okay. So please, don't force yourself to fit into a character to claim this reading. No, just be honest and then choose your part. Okay. And then claim this reading, because like I said, that either way it is correct, right? All right, guys. So now, I will take out 3 cards here, and we'll see what universe has to say. Cancer, let's see here. Okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles here, the Queen of Pentacles here, and we have the Chariot over here. All right. So we have the Six of Pentacles over here. Okay. Now, Six of Pentacles is your partner's energy. Okay. So universe is pushing them, is testing them, this person so much, and universe is testing this person through you, until and unless they don't learn the lesson of, sharing everything, patiently and in a fair way. Okay, in a fair way. Like, you can't just come up and act nice and then you get angry because someone is not believing you that you are nice. Then you are actually not nice. Are you getting me? We can love someone, we can confess it, and we can go out of the way to prove that. Okay, but it is the will of the other person to accept our offer, to believe that we are saying the truth. We can't force that person or punish that person, okay, that I love you, I have done so much, and why aren't you accepting? You don't love them, that person then. Love is all about freedom. So universe is testing this person, and universe will keep pushing this person through you until and unless they don't learn this lesson. Six of Pentacles, sharing everything in a fair manner. Fair manner. Keeping the patience, being kind, being understanding, being empathetic. If they have to drop this attitude. Yes, they have evolved, okay, but they cannot expect to be applauded right away. Some of them have taken years to be evolved. Of course, your partner, cross-watchers won't behave like that. Cancer won't just believe like that. You have to wait. And so this would happen, that is what universe is telling me, but they would be tested, they would be pushed, okay? So if they are coming very irritated and they're all cranky and they're trying to gaslight you, like I said, don't respond at all. They're not going anywhere. If they are kind of right now even ghosting you or cutting you off or pretending, they're just angry and they're taking it out, and once they'll see that you're not responding, they'll come back again. Don't worry, okay? We have the Queen of Pentacles, and this is your energy. See, with the King energy over here, you do have the Queen energy to respond to them, but you have been taking it one step at a time with Page of Pentacles. Eventually you'll reach to Queen of Pentacles for them. You will offer the world to them, you will offer everything to them, but all you wanted was to be sure. And universe is saying, universe is validating, and universe is applauding you, Cancer, to do the right thing at the right time over here. Whatever you've done, whatever approach you have taken, the practicality you have shown over here, the balance that you have shown here, it's like, laudable. Right? This is how you should have been. You can't just right away jump into something. You can't show the desperate energy. You can't be restless. Okay? You have to be first, become a whole within you. Before kind of accepting something from somebody else, The dependency, any kind of dependency on the other person has to be a healthier one, and not the codependency, not the unhealthy one. And the healthy dependency only comes when you're whole within. You're whole here with the Queen of Pentacles. Such a calming energy. See her expressions over here. And so you will offer the world to them. This stage will also come for the cross-watchers especially. You started with the King, but you wanted this Queen right away, here only. Now that will not happen. That will not happen. If you've done the damage, you have to kind of wait for it to heal. Right? If you've hurt somebody, if you have, injured somebody, if you've broken somebody's leg and you've admitted them to the hospital, you want the guilt to go away, you're becoming a nice person. You can't expect the person to start running from the next day, right? Whatever time that leg will take to heal, it will take. You can't get angry on them. You can't tell them you're trying to put me down, you're trying to take revenge, you're trying to, put me into guilt. No, that person is not doing any of it. But whatever natural time is needed for the leg to heal, that would be there, right? So it would happen over here because we have the Chariot as the energy of your relationship. Chariot is a very beautiful energy of things moving into a very positive direction. We have the hot air balloon over here, which is all about traveling, all about, journey, all about, exploring the horizons, new horizons together. So it would happen, with Six of Pentacles over here. Sharing everything equally, learning your lessons in a healthier way. Queen of Pentacles over here. Finally, responding with a very healthy energy. And finally, when both of you will be in this energy, you'll be taking the journey together. You'll be like with the Fool, whatever started the new beginning, you will eventually, now ride on that new journey. All right, guys. Okay, so now what I'll do is that I will take this book and I will shuffle a few pages and then open a page to kind of check if there is, any specific message that we have for. So I'm going to shuffle a few pages, okay, and I'm going to take out one page and see that what exact message universe has for you. But before that, I want to say that for the people who are coming here every month, you guys are very well aware about the crystal jewelry that I offer. But for the people who are coming here for the first time, I want to tell you why it is important to wear crystals. See, crystals, they come from beneath the earth, and earth is the only planet in our entire solar system which has the power, the magic to give birth to life. So you can imagine how powerful our mother earth is, okay? And because all of these crystals are coming from beneath the earth, so each and every crystal contains the same magic, same power within it, right? Now imagine if you can find a way to extract these powers from these crystals and you align them with your energies, how beautifully your life can change, right? Now the best way to do that is to wear the crystal. It's even more powerful than keeping the crystals, because when you wear the crystal, you are directly making a connection, okay, between your energies and the crystal's powers, right? See guys, okay, the best thing I can tell you, about the crystals is that I've been dealing with them since very, 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 very long. And I can tell you that from my own experience that they have benefited me in all areas of my life, my personal, relationships, right? My, health, my career, and my finances, protecting me from low vibrational energies, from black magic energies, okay, from negativity, right? And protecting me from psychic attacks. See, psychic attacks are very real. They are very underestimated. Okay, what are psychic attacks? See, let's say you're sitting in a room, okay, and you're very, very motivated to do something that day, or you are kind of expecting some very good news, right? But what happens is that quite opposite happens. You hear a bad news, some blockages comes, and the moment you're about to do something, okay, about your plan or whatever you wanted to do, now your health is not fine, or you're getting panic attacks, you're restless for no reason, very anxious. Why? Because someone out there is sitting and thinking so negatively about you, that they are kind of sucking all your positivity out, okay, and they are transferring their negativity to you, right? Because see, the energy exchange is the law of the universe. If something is going out, something else will come in. The balance has to be restored, right? So if they're taking the positivity, definitely they're sending the negativity. So they're taking all your blessings away, right? Now crystals, they create this, spiritual defense around you, that protection around you. Okay. Also, crystals, they keep your intuition on point. Now, what is intuition? See, intuition is that pathway between you and the universe, right? It is that pathway. See, let's say you're in a dilemma and you're seeking the guidance of the universe. Universe will always reach out to you through your intuition. See, it's only because of intuition, I'm able to channelize these messages for you even when I don't know you personally. Okay. But what is happening today, that because of all the blockages, all the negativity, anxiety, greed, temptations, psychic attacks, this intuition pathway is blocked. Imagine it like waste in your pipe. The flow is like stop now, right? And so universe is not able to reach out to us. So we are cut off from the universe. We are cut off from our source, our home. Now what happens when you're cut off from your home? Okay, you're lost, you're sad, you're lonely. And that is why world over mental health issues are increasing day by day, because we are cut off from our home, our source, right? We are just floating like zombies, like no purpose. Okay, we have made very materialistic purposes, but we're so disconnected spiritually, right? Intuition, crystals, they keep your intuition on point. They keep that pathway clear. So you're always connected to the universe, right? See, not just in the psychic world, but if your intuition is on point, you'll always take correct decisions, right decisions in your personal life, in your professional life. Right? Yeah. Okay. Now, there are three most important things that you must know before you buy crystals, whether you're buying from me or you're buying from somebody else, okay? Firstly, please do a little research and make sure you're buying original crystals, because there are a lot of people out there, who are kind of selling fake ones. Even few reputed websites are doing that, because it happened with few of my clients in the past, so I know. Secondly, understand one thing, that how one crystal benefits one person, it might not benefit another person the same way. Why? Because see, crystals, we all have different energy systems, different blockages, right? So just like how one medicine will not solve all the health issues in the world, you eat medicine according to your diagnosis, your illness. Same logic applies here, okay? Now, the most common example of this is rose quartz crystal. How world over, people try to market it as love crystal, and I'm sure most of you must have tried wearing it to attract love in your life, but did it work for all of you? No. Why? Because rose quartz might not be your love crystal, it might be your career crystal. Let's say I'm wearing this black onyx ring over here. Now, if this black onyx is helping me financially, the same black onyx can help you romantically. So if you do not know which crystal is good for you and for what purpose, don't worry. You message me on my crystal Instagram page. I will take your details. I will meditate on your energies, and I will let you know which crystal is good for you. Okay. Third thing is that please wear crystals only after they're charged with your specific energies. Now, why this is important? See, crystals have the tendency, to connect with the energies they come across. Now, let's say I come across so many people every day, so my crystal will try to make a connection with everybody. But I don't want that. Now, why I don't want that is because, this way, its powers are now scattered, okay? But I want all of its powers to be focused only on me, to work only for me. Now, how do I ensure that? I ensure that by carrying out certain intense rituals, okay? And let me tell you, not everyone can do these rituals, okay? Because, again, I come across people trying to sell crystals by saying that, you should buy from us, they are charged by us. You need to ask these people, charged of what and charged of whose energies? Have they taken your details? Have they meditated on your energies? Do they know your blockages? If no, then no, the crystal is not charged and it is of no use to you, right? See guys, one thing I can promise you 1000% that crystals have the power to change your life, but you have to have faith in them, okay? You have to be responsible towards them. They are not fashionable jewelries. They are living entities who are always listening to you, supporting you, guiding you, protecting you, okay? They're your guardians, right? Okay guys, so now I will take this book and we will open one page for Cancer, and we'll see what message universe has for Cancer. Any specific message the universe wants to give to Cancer, please tell me. Please guide me to that message. Please guide me to that message. Okay. All right. So a very, very apt message we have, of course. So if you're asking yourself if this relationship is meant to be, of course. If you're asking this person will improve, will they actually evolve, especially with this Devil and the, Five of Swords energy, of course they will improve. Will the Six of Pentacles ever come? Of course it will come. Will the Chariot ever come? Of course it will come. Were all of your sacrifices worth it? Of course they were worth it. Is this change genuine? Of course it is genuine. Of course. The questions you're asking, you're not overthinking. They are not unreal questions. They're real questions, and the answer is of course, but patience is required, okay? Because this person needs to see you, not doing anything. Like I said, don't respond to this Devil energy, and they will eventually restore the balance over here. All right. Okay guys, so that's it for today. I hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, then please subscribe this channel. Also comment here. Please comment here guys. Please let me know how much these readings are resonating with you. What is your story? Because see, every time you write here, you're making an energetic connection with me. And every time I do my meditations and healings, those positive energies are being transferred to you automatically. So take benefit of that, right? Also like and share the video. And for the people who want to book their personal readings with me, you guys should contact me on Instagram. Also on Instagram, every morning prediction for the day is posted, and every day one person is picked up for a free detailed reading. So if you guys are interested, I will be putting the links both for my tarot Instagram page and my crystal Instagram page in the description box below. You can check it out, okay? So I'll see you guys again very soon. Till then, please take care of yourself. God bless you. Bye.